You are faithful. You will be faithful, not only to us, to generations after us.
Talking about someone who is faithful, we say the one who goes by the tenets of the scripture. Once you following the tenets of scripture, I will call you a faithful steward.
A faithful servant is someone who actually discharges his duty with a sense of integrity and is able to account for every bit of tax that is actually handed over to him.
A faithful servant is someone who is able to discharge his or her duties as commanded by the master.
A faithful servant, to borrow the words of former director Reverend Winger, he said he described a faithful servant as someone who shows a firm support or allegiance to a particular cause.
I would say a faithful steward is someone that works with you diligently.
We decided to do this video when Pastor Chu brought the idea to honor him for all the years of service he's rendered and the selfless, humble way he does the work of God.
Sometime last year, we were in Kumasi for directors meeting, and on our way back with my senior director, Captain Freeman, I proposed the idea that there will be a need to celebrate Brother David Churcher for just one simple reason. He is the only treasurer who is served every single director of the youth ministry. He served 5 decades or even more of directors. He served Reverend Alex Nkrumah. He served Reverend KK Basie. He served Reverend Brinkrai. He served Reverend Wengam, currently serving under Reverend Freeman, and even myself, although I'm with the East. That is how faithful he's been.
I know David Churcher as a leader in the Hope Assemblies of God.
Brother Dave, or Uncle Dave, I call him, is an epitome or an encapsulation of humility and hard working.
Okay, Brother David Churcher has been more than a family friend to me.
Mr. David Churcher is a reverend to me, a reverend minister. He's a doctor, he's a lawyer, he's a father. He's a very great person. David Churcher, a husband.
David Churcher is my husband. We have been married for 28 years now. He's the type of person who serves everyone. From the time I got married to him, he does everything I ask him to do for me. He supports me with a lot of things, including household chores. He has no problem running errands for anyone, even me. Anything the children ask of him, he does it for them.
Mr. David Churcher is a father to us and a father to all. He's a type of man who doesn't mind sacrificing everything just to see his children happy. And for that, we are all grateful to God for giving us such a father.
My first encounter with Brother David, I believe, is St. John's camp. We had a camp within St. John's School here in Accra. And he was a regional executive. I was a local executive. And I had to register my members, those I brought from my church. And so that was the first time I had that encounter with him at camp.
I've known Uncle Dave when I was about 12 years and was doing the district quiz. At that time, Reverend Dr. Dixie was the regional youth director. And I was the most smallish, most youngest, most tiniest, and the only female among all the contestants.
I remember when there was a stolen case where my youth members ended up losing some of their items they took to the grounds, and he was there to console them.
I know him from a little bit far because I don't really get close to him. But recently we had our regional youth games at Elwak, and then that's where I got to know him, the kind of person he is.
My experience with him, I can't really recall the very first time I encountered this great, faithful servant of God. But obviously it should be at a camp, when I was obviously a local president or executive, and I was going to register my members for camp. You meet him at the table, collecting money, issuing receipts, and doing what is needful of him.
The first time is at youth camp. Usually when we go to youth camp, we have to do our registration. It's him we go to check the money. It's always been interesting, because one thing I always notice with him is that after checking your money, usually he's taking.
Uncle Dave, to make it simple, he's very humble, cool and collected. And I think this has made him come far.
His humility, he is very, very humble. Brother Dave is very humble to the end. He flow with every youth member in the region. At the camp meeting, at our rallies, at our capacity building, everywhere you meet Brother Dave. If you don't know him as a regional treasurer, you might not know he holds that position for that such a long year. He's very humble.
Regardless of your age, regardless of whether he's known you for long or not, he will still be so cool with you. He's down to earth, a very humble man. And I always look at him with so much admiration.
Very gentle, very outspoken. He walks the talk. When he says something, he makes sure what he's saying is what he is doing. So if you're looking up to him, I don't think you do what he is not doing. So I believe he's a perfect gentleman I've so far met from the youth ministry.
But anytime we come closer, the way he talk and the way he relate to everybody, you realize that he's a man who was very humble and also very gentle.
So moving forward, I would suggest that just as I'm also learning from him to be humble, to be cool and collected, just let go. You never see Uncle Dave argue or struggling with anyone. That's for me. I've not seen him. I've not witnessed this. So this is the quality I would take from him. Let go.
Anywhere you find him, he would want to display his fatherly role. And it's not a surprise that our current regional secretary for the West, Mrs. Aidu, the latest Mrs. in town, is become a daughter to him. And not only Mrs. Aidu, but several other youth members call him father.
Anytime I meet Brother Dave outside youth domain, it's not always about youth ministry. He tries as much as possible to find out whatever that you are doing in life. That is, he's interested in your personal development as well. So I would say Brother David Checha is not just someone who is interested in working with him as far as youth ministry is concerned. He's also very much interested in your personal development. I remember anytime he meets me, the first thing he asks, have you chatted? And it's one constant question he keeps on asking me. And I know whenever I meet him, I know he will ask me that particular question.
Dave's impact at camp meeting may not be physically felt because he has to do with money and he's always on the background. But I remembered at Adidume when we had the stampede, when the ladies decided to cook in their dormitory and the gas exploded, and we had to come with first aid. And I saw Uncle Dave jump on a motorbike, went to town, went to the drugstore, bought all the things, and he came. I don't know whether he was a first aider or he was the doctor on duty at that time. It was awesome. He was in some nika with some, he just got up from bed. But it was so inspiring. It was nice to see that he wanted to help, even though he wasn't a medical person.
How do you mention Brother David Checha without his two basic things? The beautiful smile he will wear when he's in a happy mood, laughing, and when he is in a very bad mood, he will say, "Go with you."
It's amazing. We had our all nights together. We traveled everywhere during the all nights for our police and everything, and they never complained.
Anytime I have the opportunity of going out with him and we meet young people, Brother David Checha would want to display his fatherly role. I remember when we went around to check campsite for Adisadel 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. He saw some young ladies and guys around, and that is so unique to him. He will call them aside and engage them in a conversation, and in the last part of the conversation, he will give a fatherly advice. That is David Checha.
And one unforgettable moment is when we arrive at camp, and before we go and work the jollof rice with all the directors and all the refs, and you can see the small blows and the big blows, and everybody eating from the same bowl. He will take one morsel and go and stand somewhere, chew it and come back and take another one.
I don't get worried when he's away because I understand that we are all Christians and we are expected to do the work of our Father, who is our shepherd and Savior. As the saying goes, serve the Lord your God faithfully, and the works of your hand shall prosper. I've come to realize that the work that David does in the house of God has brought us several blessings, because looking at the work he does alone, aside the work of God, if that is all he does, then we wouldn't have been enjoying the numerous blessings we are enjoying now. I have therefore come to a conclusion that it is the work of God that he has been diligent with that has caused the blessings that we are enjoying now.
Anytime that he's not at home, we know he's doing the work of God, so we don't have a problem with that. Right from infancy, as we all know, in most of AG churches, we have the Sunday school. So right from infancy, that's where we always go to on Sundays. And even in the house, as little as we are, we all have morning devotion every morning. So every morning, no matter how late we are, once we've not had our devotion, we don't go out of the house. And he's very, very strict. No matter how jovial he is, when it comes to discipline his children, he doesn't joke with it.
Daddy is a man, I know him that, he doesn't like talking. When you do something wrong, he will talk to you. But if you do it continuous, that's when he gets angry and he beats you.
So I want to tell him how much we love him, we are learning from him. Some of us, our role model, our mentor, we want to learn a lot from him. At his age, at his level, he still mingle with us and still talk to us. We wish him all the best, wish him long life. We say God bless him, he should continue the good work he's doing.
I want the world to know that we've got a great person and we need to cherish him and honor him while he's alive, and to give him all the support that he needs in life.
And I'd like to tell him that our generation, we have learned a lot from him.
trying, not for his family, but for us, for the youth ministry, for Assemblies of God. And I pray that God will continue to use him to impact our lives and to make us better.
So as we celebrate Uncle Dave, I wish him the best in life. And I think I want to thank our directors for reserving this year's camp in honor of Uncle Dave. So Uncle Dave, we love you so much from Afinia Suchari.
Dad is the best that anyone could wish for. God should bless him so much. And always when I look at him, I always pray in my heart that God should give me a husband like my dad. Because if God should give me a husband like my daddy, I don't think I'll ever know sorrow or stress or anything. So if every man was like daddy, I don't think women will have problems in this world.
I want to tell him that the Lord should bless him and add more years to his life so that he will go and see me finish university with my masters and be proud of him.
Brother David Churchill, we appreciate you for your good efforts. God richly bless you and we love you. Bye.